Surely there is none like you. Nijeoli nucho, Nijeoli mokobe, nitamobo. Yenile, yesumo, yefelke hewale, nucho, mokobe, nitamobo.
Adonai, El Shaddai, glorious King, your handiworks are praising you. Your mercies endure eternal.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
It's a privilege to have you here, Minister Nii.
Charlie, by grace, by grace.
We thank you.
I'm here in Tema, and I'm all the way in what we call that place,
Ottawa, Canada. that is the power of technology. The power of technology. The power of technology. Well, viewers, today, if you come on, you share, and we have a special guest here. He's no something. He's not new to us. We know him all over. He's a gospel artist. So when you come on, then you share the video. When you come on, then you share the video. Now, today, my guest today is a multiple award-winning artist with 7 aspiring albums, including Mokobe, Worshipful, Yesuhi. A friend of mine in Canada said, Yesu High. They revive us live in Canada, and then a main book and online devotional. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Nii Okai, a man who have multiple names. Nii Okai, welcome to the show. This is Real Talk.
Thank you.
Real Talk. In fact, we have a lot of questions to ask you, and people have asked questions, but then let's dive into it. First of all, how are you doing and how are you coping with the COVID-19?
I'm blessed by grace. My family and I keep saying we are safe and we are serving. You understand? We are safe because our lives are hid in Christ and in God. And so we are cool, and we are continuing the work as much as possible.
Yeah. You are putting on your face masks and washing hands and dedicating.
Charlie, you can imagine. My children are ensuring that we obey every principle. You see.
Wow, what is coming from the children? That is a good thing. That is a good thing. we give God praise. Now, my question to you is. Some people claim they were born with a microphone when their mother is giving them. They were giving birth in the hospital. They were born to microphone. And were you born with a microphone? To know that when and where did you start singing?
I think it was buffering at a point. So if you can repeat that question.
Oh, I said some people claim they were born with microphone in hands, and if I don't know if that is your story, and then my viewers want to know when and at what age did you start singing, or if you were born with a microphone.
I started singing at a very early age, and whilst in secondary school, I kept telling them that I remember the song that was sung when I was in the baby court, and they would laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. You know, there's this hymn that says, "Earnestly, tenderly, Jesus is calling, calling for you and for me." Now, my name is Ernest.
Okay.
Like, Charlie, are you serious? Do you remember what was sung in the court? But I just felt that I heard that song when I was in the court. So I started realizing that I could harmonize very, very, very early, very, very early.
Okay.
And my second daughter has proven to me that I wasn't weird because she's already harmonizing. and I didn't teach her a thing. So clearly, it is God who dropped that thing in there. You know, so I started singing very, very early, Sunday school times. And when I went to preparatory school, we had our silver jubilee in a preparatory school called Tema Parents Association, and they formed the choir. So because we're all young, it was just soprano and alto. And because I was a male, I was in the alto. And I was just harmonizing. But that wasn't the interesting thing. The interesting thing was that I started mimicking the conductor, and he taught me and put me on the spot and taught me how to conduct. And so right there in class 5, I started conducting choirs, you know, getting involved with all that. So that's my story. My story has been music, music, music.
Your story has been, so viewers, he wasn't born with a microphone in a hand, but his story has been music, 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 and have a passionate for it. So looking at you, mostly it's hymns, and you have a unique voice. And where does the hymns connect to you? Was it your upbringing? Was it your mother? Was it the church that you are affiliated to?
Well, I mean, initially, if you made this comment, I'll be very offended because I mean, I started by actually writing and rearranging a lot of music, you know. But my third album, I got a clear direction from God to work on hymns, and so we put together, my producer Koda and I, 22 hymns and a canticle. You know, and it was a very clear direction. And because we obeyed, it caught on, it blessed a lot of lives, that people then started saying that, hey, Nii Okai is hymns. I'm like, really? So what happened was that I actually rebelled after that, because I didn't like the accolade that Nii Okai hymns. So I stopped. You know, I just stopped and then went back to my writing and all that. And God also decided to just chalk and watch me. Because you know, he's a God who likes obedience. You know, you can't impress him. You know, so I had to eat humble pie after a number of years to come back to the direction he gave me to start working on the hymns. And that's when I realized that right from my infancy, you know, as I was being brought up, discipled in the Methodist Church, was already preparing me for a ministry of hymns in addition to whatever he's given me. And in the past 5 or so years, it's been one project after the other, and it's gone the ends of the world blessing lives. So it's God who actually gave a specific direction after my second album to work on hymns. And since I came back, there's been no turning back, really.
Wow. No, the reason why I asked that question is that it's clear understand. Because me personally, I wasn't a big fan of hymns. And I must admit that you are the one who, long time ago, with this song, Moko Beni, that is what drew me into hymns. I remember way back in Dansoman, you know, and then I started looking at the hymns and then listening to hymns, and it's very relaxing. So, yeah, it's very relaxing. And right now, I'm one of your big fans, following you. Look forward to hymns and then things like that.
Let me tell you a story because of what you just said.
Please go ahead.
You know, Mokobe is my actual composition. It's not him.
It's okay.
But the way it's blessed a lot of people, people see it as one. I remember when I obeyed the Lord and had that Hymns Unlimited concert at the National Theatre. We had 2 sessions. And when we were done with the first session, and I was just changing over for the second session, I heard that a woman was very livid backstage, very irate. She wanted to meet me and tell me her peace of mind. What was the issue? She said she sat through the whole first session. She had paid money. I didn't sing Mokobe. And I said, but Mokobe is not him. She said, no, that was why she bought the ticket. So when I went to the second session, where the Chief Justice and so many other big people had gathered for the second session and all that, before I was about to minister, I said, there's something I need to address. You know, this Hymns Unlimited, and we advertise it as such. But I heard that in the first session, somebody was very mad that I wasn't going to do Mokobe. So what did they think? Do they think Boko Best? And there was a resounding yes. That cost more. So I tell you, so clearly I realized that, look, a hymn is a song of praise. That's the definition of a hymn. It's a song of praise based on a personal testimony that people who walk with the Lord have had with the Lord. You know?
That's right.
Praise is out of your breakthrough, out of your experience with the Lord, your gratitude out of a break, something that the Lord has taken you through. So when you go through hymns, it just catalogs, you know, the testimonial praise of people. And that's why hymns are almost lifelong. They don't die. But these are based on real experiences. And so, you know, when I caught what the Holy Spirit was actually leading me to do, I realized that no. The hymns actually, and hear me, the hymns actually preserve the true doctrines of the church.
Okay.
And so false doctrines will come and go. You don't need to argue with them. Just pick a hymn. The hymn will just bring you back to the original doctrine. And so that's one way the Holy Spirit has been preserving the truth within the church, these hymns.
That is good. Now that leads me to my next question. What is gospel music, and how does one distinguish between a gospel ministry and a gospel industry, if there is anything called industry, gospel industry? So what is gospel ministry?
It's a very beautiful question you've asked. Gospel music is, I would say, for want of a better expression, gospel music is a categorization that they gave to faith-based music, contemporary faith-based music. It used to be called church music or organ music or religious music, but with the improvisation across the years, and especially with what our senior brothers in the Black community in North America put together, they decided to call that gospel music. You understand? Okay. Music based on the gospel. So it's a categorization not based on musical term, but based on the lyrical content of the music. So gospel music is, in all intents and purposes, not really a genre of music, because it passes across several genres, but actually what informs or what motivates or what is the lyrical content of a music done by a particular group of people. And so some clearly call it faith-based music. Now the follow-up question to that, if you're still hearing me, is that...
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. I hope you're...
We are having some technical difficulties here.
Are you there with me?
Yes, I'm here. Yeah.
So gospel music ministry. Now, music ministry is, if I'll simplify, music service that is being rendered to the body. The service of music that is being rendered to the body, because music is a powerful tool for evangelism, for worship that the Lord has graced the church with. So as we render that service, that is what is termed as music ministry, a service of music being rendered to the body for edification of the body, or to meet the direction of the Holy Spirit, what He wants done at any particular point in time. Now, the industry, like we know, industry is a set of, work or firms, you know, that are homogeneous. They do a particular thing. So a set of establishments and firms that do the same thing as an industry.
That's right.
You see, so in the music world, there is an industry that involves a number of, you know, people or players, people who play, people who sing, people who sell, people who retail, people who distribute, people who replay, stream by radio, or they all come together to form an industry. So they contribute to the making, or should I say, the exploiting of musical works.
Okay.
So if there's any difference in industry, you're looking at sales, you're looking at profits, you're looking at making capital, you're looking at making economic impact, so to speak. And in ministry, the basic thing is to serve God's purpose, to serve a kingdom agenda with your music. So you are serving a kingdom agenda with a gift of music that God has given you.
Okay.
Essentially.
Okay, so I mean, I think I'll dive a little bit deeper with this question, because looking at Ghana, I want to talk about Ghana right now. Now we have the we have gospel musicians. We have the how do I put the other categories? The other musics. Like
secular music.
We have the secular music. Now, the secular musics have the managers, and they have the people promoting them, and they have other things going out for them, and people looking out for them, or something like that. Now, do the gospel music also have such body?
It's freezing again.
Looking out for them. Did you hear me? I think we are having technical difficulties there. We'll be right back. We'll try to.
Surely there is none like you.
Your handiworks are praising you. Your mercies and your eternal.
Yeah, viewers, sorry for the technical hitch. I think we are back with Minister Nii. Now, my follow-up question was: so now you have made us to understand the gospel music, and then the gospel industry. We understand. So my understanding, the industry is marketing, sales, and management. Yeah. And in Ghana gospel music, do we have something like that?
Yes, we had several systems. I must admit that we are still growing. But those I came to meet, there were, which I'll call them record labels.
Okay.
Like His Majesty Music, there was Megastar, who had signed on some gospel artists. Some were solely gospel, some signed both gospel and secular, were managing them and all that. But lately, I mean, you don't have a lot of record production. Most of the artists are self-managed lately. They just have like an admin team that takes care of their bookings and things like that, But we came to meet an era where there were a few who were privileged to be on particular record labels, who took care of the marketing and sales and and other industry aspects of what they do.
Yeah.
So that's been the trend. But lately, most of the artists I know are self-managed, like independent artists like myself, who have a ministry base that actually runs a bit of what is done in the industry.
Oh, good. Now, we have gospel old artists like the Tego Sisters, Daughters of Glorious Jesus,
Yes.
Reverend Yorkson. I can go on and go on and go on, these old artists. And they are relevant and still relevant. And they are still they are still doing good. And these are songs that when you listen, because literally the gospel is the teaching and revelation of Christ. You understand? These are some of the soothing songs that many of us, we prayed with it. Many of us, we follow them, and they encourage us even with them not knowing us. And I believe that is how the gospel music is supposed to do, to stimulate you, to lead you to Christ, and to encourage you. But today's gospel music, I don't know if people coming today, tomorrow, and they are not relevant. And my question is, do we need to what is it that we can do for us to stay relevant? As when I say we, that is the gospel musicians. Do we have to bob heads and fight each other and create what they call it beef before one to be relevant?
perhaps no pork, no beef. well, I mean, from those I came to meet, the seniors, you would attest to me that it's not everybody who has stood the test of time. You understand? So though we can cite, quite a number of them who have continued to date, it's not everybody who has continued to date. You get me?
That's right.
I think that trend is not exclusive to Ghana. It's across the world, the US, everywhere. You understand? So they say many are called, but few are chosen. And sometimes for why somebody will stay longer, not to sound judgmental, is also got to do with God's purposes.
That's right.
For the person, and also the person's attitude and posture. You get it? Because and having said that, back to the question, comparing to now, if there's any difference, I think now there's a lot more exposure. So you have, if there are good things, it's out there. If there are bad things, it's out there. In the past, if the person is not in a particular circle that you find yourself, you will not even know about what they do. But now there's a lot of exposure. So now you can clearly see some of the ills that are going on because the media will amplify it. You can clearly see a few of the good things that are also going on because it gets less amplification, but at least you get to hear of some of them. So today we still have, I'll call them remnants, people who are doing ministry because they are called. You understand? And not because they want to make it overnight because it's a lucrative thing.
I was going to go there.
Time. It's going to take time. Time proves a lot of things. It will take time for you to, the way you mentioned, you singled out somebody like Daughters of Glorious Jesus over time. It's going to take time for you to see those of the current generation who are also going to last over time. You see, but you and I know that the media tries on a lot of negative stories. So the negative ones are the ones that get a lot of mileage and are put out there.
You're right.
So if you sweep it with one brush, you might sweep the good ones in addition. You see, and for me, the scripture that this brings to me is, while men slept, the enemy came to, sow tares. So in the morning, the husbandman said to the owner that I see tares, let's uproot them. And the owner said, no, wait. Well, if you are uprooting them, you might uproot the good seeds also. So allow them to grow. With time, you'll be able to see the difference between the good ones and the ones that are tares.
Okay.
You understand? So there are good seeds presently, like there was a number of years ago during the early times. Only that it will take time for you to see clearly those that are really of God and those that are just a passing cloud, essentially.
Well understood. Well, viewers, we are still with Minister Nii Okai. If you have questions, you can type it down there, and I'll make sure he help us answer it. Now, which year did you decided to go into full-time ministry?
Well, I mean, for me, it's been years of yielding. Right when I finished my national service, I was then with Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. I had a first strong call. So I remember I was home. I couldn't accept any appointments. I had offers. I even went for some graduate selection programs. I got to the final level, and then the Lord just impressed on me not to go, you know. And that was the preparatory time for Mokobe.
Okay.
God wanted my attention.
Okay.
And I didn't know what he wanted me to do.
Okay.
So after trusting him and staying put for a while, one day on my journey to Kumasi to visit the choir on campus, he gave me 10 praise songs and then the conviction to work on my first album. And that's how the Mokobe album was born.
Okay.
You know. And so after Mokobe, I really wasn't sure what next because I just obeyed the direction. And then for some reason, God just opened the door for me to gain, what do you call it? Work in the bank. You know, I was just there, literally. I was at a music, what do you call it? Audition. And then this person was calling. So I was disturbing the people. So I would finally pick the call. And the question was, do you want to work in the bank? It was such a fun question.
Yeah.
You know, they said, oh, no. And I wasn't forthcoming. They said, okay, you send me your CV. Send the CV. And the next week, I'd gone for an interview. I was employed in the bank. Everything was surreal for me. Lord, what am I supposed to do there? I wasn't too sure. But when I got into the flow of the bank, I heard clearly one of the times that you'll not be here for long. You know? And so by the time the recall came again that it's time to go, it wasn't news to me. I was painful. It was painful because I had gotten to that point.
When you say it was time to go,
first manager then.
So sorry. I want my viewers to get my listeners to also get. When it was time to do it, like you were at the bank, and it was time to go into full-time ministry, you were saying that leaving the bank.
Yes, and it wasn't like you can come and do this. Okay. It was just like the Abrahamic one.
Okay.
Go to a place, I'll show you. Just get out. So it was difficult, trust me. It wasn't difficult to leave the bank. It was difficult explaining myself to anybody who cared to know. Okay, so what are you in? Because when I was in the bank, and I need to stick to this, when I was in the bank, I was combining effectively with my music. Because of course, like I told you, the Mokobe thing started before I joined the bank. And so I become almost like a model for some parents to their kids, that you see the way he's working and still pursuing his music. You can also do same, you know, that's the way to go and stuff. Like people were using me as a point of reference. Then all of a sudden God says, leave. So it was just an anticlimax for a lot of people who were looking up to me.
I can see that. You know,
actually, I didn't even know what I was going to do. That was the tricky part of the whole thing. I just had to obey. And it took a year, 2 years, 3 years before certain pieces of the puzzle started, you know, connecting. You know, So a lot of people were saying that he left bank to do music. It's inaccurate. I was already doing music before I left the bank.
Okay. Now, even I think I see why people will say that, but let me also put it this way: in the bank, that means you were making salary, you were making decent money there at the bank, right?
It wasn't just decent money; it was influence. I mean, if you are in the corporate affairs unit,
That's right.
You know,
That's right. But that leads to my question, though, because now, I mean, you were making a decent money. You were making a corporate entity. I think I did a research. It's a Standard Chartered bank, I guess. That time it's a good bank. It still is a good bank. So you left that, and that means to be a gospel musician is a calling. It's not that just you sit and you can put 2 and 3 together and you want to play drums and you call yourself a gospel musician. You know, so it's a calling. So you did you let me ask this question. And I know I've answered myself, but did you enter into the gospel music or answer to the full-time ministry to go make money, because you were making money, a lot of money at Stanchart?
I mean, how do you live?
I know that, but I want to understand, you know.
I mean, you're looking for money. How do you leave the band?
That's right.
Gospel music. I mean,
no,
it doesn't make sense. Because look, when I was in the bank,
that's right.
One of the things that shocked me was that we don't give loans to people even in secular music, much more gospel music, because the bank doesn't think that it's a sustainable, you know, business to put their people's money into. So they were not giving loans to even secular musicians who were making money. So if I want to make money, why would I go into gospel music? No.
You rather stay at the bank, 100%.
Because you see, I was combining, and I even had a mentor who was there in the bank with me, Benny Sofei. You know Benny Sofei?
Yes, I heard the name.
Yeah, she was a senior manager when I went to the bank, and she had been combining effectively her life, I mean, well cut out and everything. So clearly, I had every motivation to stay there, make good money, and do ministry, you know, with the money I'm making. You understand? But God wanted to teach me something. So God has other plans, and that's why He moved me out of there.
So what would you say to people who think that they have to go to the gospel music and just go make money and compare themselves to the secular? If the secular music people are showing off their houses and showing off their cars, and in US we call it a bling bling, they also have to bring, their intention is to go there and make all that money. What would you say to that?
To be very fair,
yes,
I stand corrected, but I don't think anybody really would choose gospel music because of money. Anybody who is led by money rather would leave the gospel and go and do secular. You understand? Because most of the secular people are from church anyway. And the reason why they go secular is because they look at the gospel guys and they are not inspired.
Okay.
I mean, I'm talking on the average. They are not inspired. You know, they see the secular guys rise quickly, get a lot more support and stuff like that. So if it's money, to be very frank with you, it is not the number one thing that drives any true gospel artist. Never. But I must admit that when you get into it and God gives you a break, that can also become a snare to you if you don't have very good grounding, you know. And when I say a snare, it's not, the money is just a small fraction of it, but mostly it's got to do with fame, popularity, you know, travels and stuff. But I think for money person,
viewers, we have technical difficulties once again, and we will get back to you as soon as possible as we try to fix this.
Surely there is none like you.
Well, viewers, thank you once again. We are back. Sorry for the interruption there, and then I think it's the network. No, you were raising an interesting point.
So what I was saying was that if it's money, if it's the spirit of mammon, then it's rather leaving gospel to go and do secular on the average.
So okay. So what would you say to gospel musicians, which I don't know why, the reasons why they will try to feature or attach themselves to the secular people to make, what is the purpose? Why would you think one would like to do a music with a trending secular musician?
Well, so there are several reasons that may account for this. One, you may be part of a record label that is secular. And when I say secular, I must make a distinction here. There's secular and there's worldly.
Okay.
Secular typically means, something that's not faith-based, it's not religious, it's open for everybody. So it could actually include inspirational music and all that. But there are those who are also into sensual music, worldly music, and all that. And you may all belong to the same label. So sometimes the label, when it's looking at its sales, in order to pay all its artists, they keep pressure to you to collaborate so that more money will come into the pot so that they can pay you all. That's one. The second reason is also people wanting to be, in quotes, relevant. They feel that, the secular guys may be getting some opportunities that they are not getting. So maybe by aligning to them, those doors will open. But I find that to be very tricky and very dangerous. You understand? Because we don't move by sight, we move by faith. So if you look at things and you want to follow, you may end up like Lot, who ended up in Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? The Bible said he cast his eyes and saw the lofty things and told his uncle that I want this, and then he left. And you saw what happened to Lot. So our motivation, we have an agenda, and that motivation is a kingdom agenda. And so why we do what we do should be based on the kingdom agenda and not on profit and loss, not on worldly opportunities, so to speak. So the motive for me is the issue and not the action. You see, not the action of being found with a secular guy or being, that's not it's the motive that God judges.
Behind it.
God is judging them. Why are you having that collaboration with the secular artist? It will show. The motive will judge you. It's not the action, because sometimes God, in his infinite wisdom, is able to also push certain things that we will not understand today. We might all condemn, but later we'll get to know that, oh, God had a plan. You see, but where the motive is, where you feel that, oh, they are paying them more than us, they are getting more opportunities, so I also want some. Then that motive will let you go and compromise and get yourself involved in certain things. And then all of a sudden, you become a topic. You understand? That's what I think is the issue here.
Wow. I think we should have this program again, and that we'll have more understanding. Yes, because we try to understand. You guys are in there now. Viewers, if you are watching us, send us your messages and your questions here, and I'll make sure that Pastor Nii help us to understand your question and answer them to us. I see Beryl, he said, amen. I see Prophet Selassie, God bless you. He said, bless you, sir. I see Leo Yakubu, he said, God bless you and your guests for the great time. More grace. I see Felix Bafo. Is it a Felix in Toronto? Is it a Felix I know? My two apostle. I think I know this gentleman, great man of God. I say, Sandra Frimpon, I see you. I think he's going back and forth. Oh, is this a Sandra too? I know. I think I have my Toronto people on board. There we go. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. Felix, I'm going to have you soon. God bless you. Now, Pastor Nii, let me ask you this question. I know you run more organization and you do a lot. We don't even have a lot of time to go through what you do, and you've established a church in is it Tama?
Yes.
Yeah, is it
The
Tama?
center of the world.
Yeah. Can you, the center of what? The world.
The center of the world, Charlie.
I accept it. Yeah, I accept it. So tell us more about your church.
Before I go there, I'm a man on a mission.
Yes, right.
I do what the Lord says I should do. So, like I said, when I left the band for 2 years, I was just floating. The music was always in my heart, so I was just floating with it. And the Lord asked me to give me impression to go to school. So I went to study mission and theology at the Akrofi Christola Institute. It was the only accredited postgraduate institute that received the presidential charter by then. So I went to study theology and mission. And within that study, I understood why God brought Nii Okai into this world. And why God gave me the kind of giftings, callings, and directions He had given me. So I knew that my life has changed forever. So I came back to the music. I've even written a book on that, Losing My Isaac. I came back to the music, and then along the line, the Lord reminded me that it was 10 years since Mokobe was released. And so I had to do something to say thank you to God. And that birthed the Saving Hearts Foundation, the Saving Hearts Project.
I'm going to go there.
I'm just building to tell you how this whole church thing came about. Some way, somehow, I obeyed this direction, which was quite suicidal. I mean, where are you going to get that money from? Almost like $60,000. Where are you going to get it from? But in obeying, God took me through churches, through meeting men of God, and so many things. And so we obeyed, and the Lord did it. And as soon as the Lord did it, I knew the next thing was coming. I know I'm a born missionary, So then the Lord now started hounding me everywhere I go. That I'm going to give you a pulpit. I'm going to give you a pulpit. I'm going to give you a pulpit everywhere. And my wife is a witness. Like we go, after I minister in song, the pastor of the church will pick the mic and say, do you know that God is giving you a pulpit? He was pursuing me for like 2 years. One of my mentors, one of my fathers in the land, I went to see him. I raised the topic, and he started laughing. He said, yes, I saw it 2 years ago.
It's overdue.
So everywhere I passed, the Lord was just pursuing me. So I just had to obey. And I had to obey from my Jerusalem. I mean, the people that God had gathered for me as members of the music ministry, and He had pruned, because when we started the Saving Hearts project, the team pruned further. You understand? So gradually, He Himself raised a team that He wanted me to disciple for the nations. And so what we are doing is actually a discipleship program. But in all intents and purposes, it is church. It is what the church is supposed to be, not the typical denominational set.
Surely there is none like you.
Your handiworks are praising you. Your mercies endure
Okay, viewers, welcome back. Sorry once more. We have a technical issue
Where did
here.
I get cut off?
Yeah, you were talking about it's a mission, it's not a church comparing to other the normal church.
Great. So
Yeah.
so typically
Mm.
just obey.
Mhm.
Because I realized that he's called me into a unique mission, you
Mm.
know. So starting from my Jerusalem, the people he had gathered for me, I started
Mm.
teaching them,
Yeah.
teaching them, teaching them,
That's
teaching them. And the Lord himself started confirming his word, you know, the apostles, you know, some of the common apostles share, you know, when I come to Canada and stuff like that. I mean, you are talking with them and then they just confirm the word. Just confirm the word. They just confirm the word. So now, I mean, I was locked up everywhere. I had to obey. And 2 years ago, we finally had to just launch out what we call the iChurch, you know, and it's been such a blessing. I mean, if I look back at what the Lord has done within 2 years, I'm not even, I don't think that is even it. I think it's still a stepping stone into something else God is launching us into. Until me made that go. Everything he asks me to do, I do it.
Oh, Patrick, so what that net in him or shoot
Let me catch up.
who you keeper?
So
Whatever
he says I should do, I do. Essentially.
I see. So basically what I'm getting here is that you are a man that obeys and trust and obey. And there is something about obedience. And that is what I'm deriving from what we are discussing right now. That if you obey, it gives you the provisions and then brings the helpers. Now, when we were talking, oh, I see Sister Constance. He said, that's my favorite song. Pastor Selassie said, that is powerful. Now, that brings me to my next question. When you mentioned the Saving Hearts project, it's a project. Now, let me be very, very, very honest with you. I'm a huge fan of yours. That I'm telling you. I'm trying to compose myself because you see, when I research about you many, many years, even before I met you in person in Toronto, to minister with you, for us to establish a different level of friendship, I have been admiring you ever since because that thing was missing. And I couldn't believe that a Ghanaian is doing this. And to be fair, there's another journalist called Kwame Sefakai. When I was doing my research, I realized that he was doing something with incubation. Yeah, and I'm like, oh wow. So why is the media not talking about these things and all is about fake this and fake that? And like you rightly said, if I am talking about fake pastors, like there will be over 1.k views right now.
You understand?
I'm talking about yes, I'm talking about fake things, and but if you're talking about, so I'm like, Kwame Sefakai is doing this. Then I came to you and you were doing this, and there was one prophet called Prophet Selassie. I went to Dansuma and he's doing amazing thing with the children in Kolebu. I'm like, wow. So please tell us more about Saving Hearts projects, please.
So, like I said earlier, it just started as a memorial, just saying thank you to God for 10 years of Mukube, because Mukube truly changed my life. Mukube was like a master key that opened doors. I mean, amazing doors. I went to Kuwait because of Mukube. Can you imagine? You know, and all sort of things. So I was saying thank you to God, and I spoke with my team. I said, what can we do that will touch the heart of God? Thankfully, I had a lot of medical professionals in my team who backed me and all that. And they said, oh, I asked that how much does it cost to the sale? He said 6,000. I asked about other things. And the 6,000, that one shook me. I'm like, hey, I mean, $6,000 since I haven't seen some. What am I going to get? But that was it. Because I'd long been ministered to that when it's not big, God is not in it. You understand? When you see that it's beyond you, that's where you see the hand of God. And so we set out to do 10. As a team, we said we're going to put our resources together and do one, and then fundraise and go around the world. And the Lord did it. That's how He did it. I mean, I even went back to my my former workplace, the Standard Chartered, and met the CEO. I said, look, I'm doing this project. And I've served in that unit before. They don't normally approve some of these things. But he approved one surgery for me. I'm like, wow, this has to be the Lord. Other people started, and when we finally, after 2.5 years, were able to finish 10 successful surgeries. And I thought, oh, it is enough. Then the people who supported me were like, we hope you're not stopping this thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, phew, wow. And that was birthed the foundation. Because I realized that now God was using that one as an even stronger witness as to why he called me out of them. Because guess what I was in the bank? I was a corporate affairs manager. I was in charge of sustainability projects. So when it comes to helping people and stuff, I was managing that portfolio for the bank. So then it started making sense to me. Because the people of the world have taken over a place that is supposed to be for the children of God. If you read the story of the Good Samaritan, that was what Jesus was trying to say. Jesus was trying to say that, you see, you Jews should be doing it, but look, the Samaritans are doing it. So we sit here, people do all sort of worldly, secular things, and to clean their records, they'll go and do 1 or 2 social interventions and then splash it all over the news and gain accolades for it and stuff. And that has been the trend.
Yeah.
But in obeying this voice of God, God actually introduced me to men of God across the world who are actually doing these things in the silence of their offices. I was so shocked. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't know there were men of God like that, but trust me, God has remnants scattered across who are doing marvelous things. Some men of God personally paid for surgeries. I'm telling you. I'm not allowed to put their names out. They don't want anybody to know. They don't want any media, whatever.
You see, I'm not trying to cut you short here. I'll let you continue, but that is the main purpose of this platform, Real Talk. You see, when God gave me the idea for this platform, you see, a lot of people are talking. I mean, it's okay. People have their opinions and whatnot. But then, by the grace of God, with my ministry, I travel extensively. Mention it. I've been there. You understand? And when I travel, I see people doing good. But when I come, people are not talking about that. And every day, so they're talking overshadow the good that I witnessed. So I sat here in my office, and I'm like, with the COVID-19, I'm like, you know what? Because I'm not traveling, I'm going to talk about it. You understand? Because the fake and then the fake that and the fake this and the this is overshadowing and crowding our minds. And sometimes I believe that when somebody hears a good story, it motivates somebody also to do good. So that is the purpose of this platform. And if you are hearing me, you are watching me, support this platform. We will do our research. Like somebody like me, Mr. Nii, he didn't tell me this. I researched him. A long time ago, even before I met him as a friend, and I started following him. It's like, seriously, somebody like Kwame Sefakai, like when I found out what Sefakai was doing, I was at the hospital, and people were, I'm like, really? This guy has a heart of gold. I never knew. You see, and I asked myself, but who's talking about it? And the thing that he's doing for the own. Now, Pastor Nii, before we go, I know you talk. What led you purposely for heart surgery? Was it somebody that you knew that was sick? Was it a family member? Was it a child? What gave you that passion to go into that area? Why that area?
I wish I could say something like that, but it wasn't. It was just something to give God something that's of worth. And when we did the first one, we realized that, you see, it's an area that people don't go near, because, you see, to do one surgery, you could have helped about 100 people with malaria. You see, and that one would touch many more people. That one will get a lot more mentions. So people shy away from this. So anytime people get some of these conditions, for some of them it's like a death sentence. They're just waiting for what will happen. So I realized that, wow, this is something beyond me that God is pushing me into, which means that God is actually preparing me for another form of ministry. And he did all that before telling me to even start this church thing. For me to get my priority right, that it is for his people, is to take care of his people. God is concerned about his people. And truly, I learned a lot. If I didn't do saving hearts before this church thing, I probably would have caught that same church bag of just doing services and stuff like that. No, it's about people. People need a lot. People need a witness that God still cares. You understand? And who else should be the ambassador, the love ambassador, than we, the people of God? And so, for me, it's something that actually rather prepared me for ministry. You know, it rather prepared me for ministry.
So on record, how many children has your foundation served, and then they have been healed and they have been taken care of by your foundation, that they are happy with their family?
So typically, we are now on the 15th person. You know, 15 persons. So 15 persons, and these are, to the glory of God, successful surgeries. Because I've seen people, you raise the money, but they go and then they don't come. But these are successfully done surgeries and counting, because the next target for ourselves is to do 40.
Wow.
Oh yes. And
wow.
Grace.
Viewers, I want you to understand that the good things that some of these ministers, and like you rightly said, there are pastors who are doing good behind the scene. And you see, I think my platform will go fishing them out. I understand the secrecy and everything, but look, people have to know. People have to know to motivate, and people have to know that they are good people. They are good people. And Pastor Nii, what you are doing, can you imagine the excitement and the relief you are bringing to homes? That even to pay for somebody's medical bill, look at the excitement. To a medical bill. So what more about surgery? I mean, the cost and everything. And there is somebody who is a gospel musician who left his good paying job bank and said that, yes, Lord, and God did not give you any money. Just like when Jesus Mary got pregnant, the angel didn't give him a master flat or anything. He said, you are pregnant.
No.
How the baby will come out is your problem. But I am with you, regardless. And that is what I am seeing. That is what I'm seeing here. You left it, and this God has been good to you, and you are doing it passionately. So if somebody is watching us right now and he said, wow, I'm hearing this for the first time, how do I come in to support Minister Nii? Where do we go? And what do we do?
Oh, you are more than welcome. I mean, just hit us up on all our portals, like www.niiokai.com is a website. You can also get me on Facebook. By now, you know my Facebook main page. You can get me on Twitter. You can get me on Instagram. It's at Nii Okai and then Nii Okai. And see, it's a team. The team is working on it, and I'm the face looking for money.
Okay.
And the team is just putting everybody together, the medical personnel and all, to select those, because we don't have that expertise. So ours is create the awareness, raise the money, and then the medical guys decide on who benefits. So most of the time, the beneficiaries only get to hear about a Nii Okai when the surgery is done. You see, when the surgery is done, and they go saying thank you, and like, oh no, it actually came from Nii Okai Saving Hearts Foundation or project. You know, and to the glory of God. I mean, it's and trust me, anytime we have a successful case, I'm humbled. I'm like, wow, this has to be you. So anybody wants to support, you're welcome to support. We have a very good board that is overseeing this, senior ministers within the body here in Ghana, and one of them in the US, you know, who ensure that the right thing is always done, and these surgeries, you know, are done, people are saved and all that. And it's just God.
Wow.
It's just God.
I know you have another interview right after this, and I would like to say a big thank you for your time. And I mean, this is what we have to sell. This is what we have to let people know, that there are good people behind the scene doing a whole surgery for a family for free and all funded. And I would like to use this opportunity to thank, I don't know your team personally, but to say a big thank you to your team behind you. And so the Nii Okai team welcome me on board. I'll be following you online, and
nice.
whatever we have to do.
Nice.
Whatever we have to do to push this agenda to bring relief to the surgical for the children, for them to have that heart surgery done successfully, we will do it.
Thank God. It's interesting you say this, because I just went to the live comments and saw one lady and one gentleman who helped me, recently in Canada. Sandra.
Is it Sandra?
Yes.
Yeah, I know
Sandra
her. I know her.
Yes,
yeah.
Sandra, Felix Bafford, they've been a great support. I just saw them. That's why I came to my on the comment list. With the campaigns in Canada, together with
in Canada we love you, Nii Okai. Canada loves Canada itself. It loves you, Nii Okai. The Canada itself loves you.
I know our Canada bishop. He can't wait for us to migrate to the place. Reverend Akono, God bless. We love you so much.
We are waiting. We are waiting. I'm championing that agenda.
It is well. It is well.
Well, your last words for the viewers and your last words for our listeners, and then we will call it a wrap.
First, I want to bless God for your life, for giving you this passion to do this real talk out there. Yeah, I'm not surprised, because you are a true evangelist. Evangelists say it as it is. And you are doing great, and God bless you. And especially your wife. You always tell me about her. One day I'll get to meet her. So God bless you for what you're doing. And thank you for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted at all. I have a feeling some things have broken out. I have that sense of feeling right now that some things have broken. And I just can't wait for to come back and tell you about it, tell you the testimonies that will go. And all those who have joined us online, God bless you. Let us not complicate Christianity. Christianity is falling in love with Jesus and obeying his every word. Essentially, he first loved us. We didn't do anything. We didn't say anything. So just fall in love with him and follow his lead. You understand? Follow his lead. Don't follow Christianity as a religion, the way you've come to see it, and don't ever to bash it. Follow Christ. Follow Christ and do what Christ wants you to do, because he's coming soon. If there's anything COVID-19 is telling us, is that Christ is coming soon. We thank you so much. And I'm going to put you on the spot. Please work a way out for me to get Joe Metal to interview him. I'm putting you on the spot. I have some viewers watching me right now. I'm going to work. I don't know him personally, but I know him in Dansuman those days in Dansuman, because I'm a Dansuman boy. But today I have to introduce myself and explain myself, even for him to know who I am. Please, so I'm going to count on you. You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem. It's just the times, Okay. And so both of us are part of the council for the Christian Music Association Ghana.
Okay.
And so I'm taking your plea straight to the council.
Sharp.
I'm taking your plea straight to the council. I know you are aware of all the other nibbies going on around,
Oh, yes.
So I believe that the Lord will have his way, and
that's right.
You make a way, and that guy is a blessing to the kingdom. And I know when you get the opportunity to speak with him, a lot of people realize that what they actually see and hear is nothing compared to what is in his heart. I would love to have him here, because what he demonstrates is, you see, we have a lot of Christians, but we don't have a lot of people that demonstrate the character of Christ. You understand? That's it.
So there's a demonstration of the attitude, and it goes far. So I can't wait to have him and for us to have a real talk in Christ. So thank God. So thank you once again, and thank you all my viewers and listeners. I know you are going to another show, so I won't take much of your time. So God bless you. No, all right. Bless you. Bless you. Keep my Adidas thing waiting for me. When I come to Canada, I'll come for it. It is not a prayer topic. It is just all right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Surely there is none like you. Nijeoli, nucho, Nijeoli, mokobe, nitamobo. Yenile, yesumo,
Adonai, El Shaddai, glorious King, your handiworks are praising you. Your mercies endure eternal.
Surely there is none like you. Nijeoli, nucho, Nijeoli, mokobe, nitamobo. Yenile, yesumo,
Adonai, El Shaddai, glorious King, your handiworks are praising you. Your mercies endure eternal.
Surely there is none like you. Nijeoli, nucho, Nijeoli, mokobe, nitamobo. Yenile, yesumo,
Adonai, El Shaddai, glorious King, your